It's bright and early on Saturday, November 5th, and the Masters Model United Nations elective is preparing to host MassMonk, the first on-campus Model United Nations conference in the history of the school. 7 schools and 75 middle and upper school students from all around the tri-state area are suited up in Masters Hall, dress shoes, blazers, and lots of research in hand. Originally set to take place on April 23rd, the conference had to be rescheduled and reorganized after a COVID-19 outbreak last spring amongst the class of 2022. At the time, Masters administration determined that it was unsafe to hold the conference. Ever since then, Secretary Generals Lorelei McCarthy and Ella Dundas and Director General Violet Paul have been integral in making sure MassMonk became more than just an idea.
Last year, 2021, that's when we decided it should be called MassMonk. We started talking about what kind of committees we were going to run, who was going to be running them. And so we did a lot of planning throughout that year. You have to pick your chairs, they have to do their research and write background guides. I designed our entire website on Wix. We had to deal with logistics, do outreach to schools, and so we were planning to host it last April. And then the senior class got COVID.
MassMonk hosted committees ranging from general assemblies on the International Atomic Energy Agency to crisis committees on the Trojan War. Committees were mostly written by current seniors or recent MUN alumni. One of the most unique committees was the 2017 Grammys, where delegates were tasked to decide on a winner for the Album of the Year and discuss discrimination and bigotry within the Academy. Senior and Crisis Director Amelia Von Jan created this committee in the early months of 2022, hoping to argue it at the original date for MassMonk. Today, she is doing backroom for her original committee and watching her idea flourish.
It's really crazy to see this on its feet. I'm really excited to see how they're working through everything and how the things are going in the way that I expected, and also the things aren't going in the way that I expected. I have really high hopes, and I hope it works well. It's really fun for me to see. I feel like my child is grown up.
For many delegates, this was one of their first Model UN conferences, as MassMonk was designed to be a learning experience for all who joined. Students from different schools reflect on their favorite part of the conference.
So I have around 2 or 3 years of experience in going to various conferences. So far, I think this is my favorite. First of all, I like the amount of freedom that being in a crisis committee allows me. I don't have to worry about passing a resolution all the time. It's very comforting in a way.
My favorite part was definitely learning how to chair and seeing the Mod UN kind of situation from the other side of the table. I got to look at delegates from a different perspective. I wasn't competing with them. I was really looking at their growth and improvement, and that was just something I loved about chairing. And overall, the committee was amazing. Everyone was nice, and MassMonk is a program that I hope to expand upon in the future.
To wrap up the event, delegates gathered one last time in Doc Wilson Hall to recognize some outstanding participants. Awards like Best, Outstanding, or Honorable Delegate are chosen by the chairs in each individual committee. Based on speech, productivity, and knowledge, around 3 delegates were chosen from each committee. As the day came to a close, MUN leadership reflected on how it felt to finally put on this conference.
It feels a little surreal that everyone's here, and all of these committees that everyone has worked so hard on, all of these background guides that we have proofed. People are now discussing these issues that we've just run in sins, and it's very surreal to me. I've been up for so many hours and I'm just running on coffee, so I think it will hit me tonight that hey, we did it. How cool is this? And I think especially for me and Ella, we'll be gone next year, but MassMonk will stay. And for last year's seniors, some of their committees live on today. Everyone in our team is going to leave a mark on MassMonk.
Carol K. Ross and Anna Moscato, TBN, The Masters School.